for a very long time suffering. Although it is just as foul and wretched as that one. Well, maybe not in the manner it were acquired, or where should we get it from? Because we know that all disease comes in through the nose on too lucky. That's usually the first part to go. You are suffering from a devastating disease that will take many, many years for you to suffer from, but in truth, my darling, you will die a painful suffering death. Now, her symptoms are thus. One, she has a terrible cough. And know you it will progress. It will become even worse and even more dry, that cough. Oh, yes, and put something over that. You don't want to splatter the lady right here. That would be offensive. All right. So, she will have this cough. It will cause a great strain and pressure building up in her chest. Know you her chest will become sick. She will start to become very pale. Her eyes will become red and emblazoned. They will swell. She will lose all color. She will get dark circles under her eyes. Her breathing and breath of life will become much slower and slower to her, to the point that she is all but worthless to any of us. She cannot do her duties nor service. Are you married?
No.
Well, hope springs eternal. We'll try and keep you alive before the end of the day. It's the festival. We all get married on festivals. Know you what she is suffering from? Yes, another smart, rich lady. There she is, consistent in it. Yes, you would know it as tuberculosis. We do call it the consumption. The reason that we call it this deadly disease is because it will consume her, to the point that she will not be recognizable to her own little family, because she will literally waste away before our eyes. But there are things that we can do for her. And we are going to show you what they are. Fear not, my darling angel. Yes. First of all, First of all, we would use cupping. If you're familiar with cupping, yes, some of you, yes. The ancient remedy comes from the Far East, and I have these glass cups here. And inside the cups, you'll see that I have little pieces of linen, yes? And what we would do is we would set that linen aflame and allow it to warm the glass, nice and warm. And then we will dump out the linen. And if you lean forward just a moment, my darling, I promise, don't show him too much, all right? And then we will take the glass while it is still warm and place it on either side of her back, on either side of the spine that goes down, yeah? And we will use about 3 cups down, and we will allow the glass to sit there on her flesh. As the glass cools, it will draw the flesh up inside the chamber, allowing that which is on the inside of her body to be released off, all right? It does create a great suction. And then it does let it go. And that way, that hardness that is forming as a crust in the inside of her lungs can be spat out and be made more productive for her. So a loosening of it. It is not painful at all, my darling. And the glass is warm, but on a cold day it feels very nice, all right? Now, I will tell you that the cupping does leave marks on the body. But at 15 and 43, a woman would never show her back to anyone but her husband, so no one will know but us. All right? Now, also another way to treat this deadly disease of the lungs is with the pipe. Very important. Now, know you, Mistress Angel is a beauteous woman, so she would not travel in this time period unless you are very, very rich, my darling. And I don't want to know. You must keep those things to yourself. You're unmarried and don't give it away. You'll have men chasing you all over. All right? If you are a very rich woman, she may travel with her husband. But for the most part, we common women do stay at home all the time. We have many duties to perform, yes, so we would not travel. So this remedy would be used for a man, but I'm going to let you demonstrate it for me. And we would take the pipe, and then we would put some marshmallow root, or the pleurisy, the mullein, the licorice root, are all wondrous good herbs to use to loosen up the phlegmatic nature of the lungs. And what we would do is, I have some marshmallow root here, and I placed it inside the pipe. So you would smoke about 3 times a day when you rise in the morning to loosen your lungs, my darling. At your midday repast, and of course always before bed, because you know our body does its best healing while we are asleep, yes? All right. Now, there's one other way. You hold on to this right here. All right. And don't inhale, my darling. All right. It's not good for you. All right. Now, the other way that we could do this, because this disease often does affect many people in your home, all right, is we would treat you all at one time. Now, if we were all here suffering of the consumption, what I would do is I would put us all in a large room, and I would close the room up, all of the windows and all of the doors, and I would start a fire or place a pot just like this, a metal pot, and I have herbs inside the pot, and I would set them aflame and allow them to smolder and fill the room up with this billowy smoke. And we would all sit inside the room while it is enclosed in this. Breathe in that wondrous smoke so we could relieve our lungs from the pressure, yes? We could do that all together as a family, and chat and be close to each other while we do treat ourselves. And then what you could do, my darling, is if you lean over the pot, while the smoke comes out, if you lean over, look at that, and then we'll put a linen over you and catch it. So that way she can get a good supply of the smoke up into her lungs and not lose it into the atmosphere above, yes? All right, my darling. Any questions about the consumption? Oh, look, let me fix you up, my Any questions about the consumption? No, she will suffer for many, many years of this little disease. And she will start to spat blood and tissue from the lungs if we do not treat her properly. In fact, what's that out here? Look at them all pointing it up. Mrs. Pennington, I fear we'll have to fix you at the pot later. All right, my darling, if you take your pipe and your pot, I'll take that one. You take your pipe and your pot, and you go sit over there, and bring me Mr. Handsome Man, Mr. Barkley, wood statues all over your head. Oh, there you are! There you are! I was wondering what happened to you. No, you, what's your name? Master